How do? Right, bit of progress. I've taken the exhaust manifold off and those bolts snapped, but I'm just going to drill them out, assuming that I can. That gasket was blown, so we're going to get that sorted. And the other little problem I found was that. Oh dear. So problem is I cannot weld it because it's cast. You can weld cast if you're clever, but I've never welded cast before. So I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm just going to clean everything down, get the old bits of minging gasket off. Well, wire brush it down, clear all the crap off, and I'm going to put some JB weld to the test. Hopefully that'll take. There's actually on one of them, is it? Yes, that one there is developed a crack as well, so I think I'll just cut a little channel in and then fill that in with JB weld as well, and then stick it all back together. The weird thing is it's a V8 engine, but it's only got 3 ports either side. I don't know why. Anybody know? Because I don't. But I'm not worrying about it. It works. So I'm just gonna dig out my wire brush and my grinder and make it look a bit less like a cracked, rusty jobby. So right, I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Right then, so that's all been rubbed down, tidied up. That crack turned out to be 2 cracks, so I've just channeled out a bit there, so I'll fill that in, hopefully that'll do the job, because that crack doesn't go all the way through. So that is a lot happier. I've drilled out those snap bolts, but as you can see, that was the biggest drill bits I had, so there's still a little bit left in, so that hopefully will do the job. So that's a bit here now. I think I'll just rub that down a bit more, just so I'm happy. Then I'll do me JB weld mix up and see what we can do. Now this bit here, now I'm not a great metallurgist or anything. Oh, where's the other bit gone? There it is. That looks like, it's a bit windy outside, that looks like it's been cracked for a while. So yeah, I think I won't be shy. Hold on, I'll make a difference. Yeah, I won't be shy with the when I splooge it in and fill me crack in, and then when it's dried, hopefully that'll be level, and then I'll just give it a rub down, tidy up, and that'll be ready to go back on the mirror. And even more hopefully, the other side is okay. So right, let's get me glue on. Right, there's that bit done. Tried scraping over little bits of cardboard and bits of this and bits of that, but it was a faff. So in the end I just gave up and did it with my fingers, and so I hope it's not really toxic and poisonous. So, but I've filled me crack in, giggity, and start the big bit. Right, I've done another little touch up there, and I've done on the outside, in the middle, and it's splooged out on the inside, so I sort of rub that around in there, so hopefully that's alright. Hopefully my magnet won't stick to it. It's about as right as I'm going to get, I think. And I think if I faff on any more, I'm just going to ruin it again, because it's dislodged itself twice now. So I'm going to put some veg oil in the Land Rover and come back in a bit and see what it looks like, and do some other jobs which I can't remember what at the minute, but aye, we'll see how progress is going in a bit. Right, I've left that a while, done my veg oil. I don't know, it's been half an hour, 45 minutes. I thought JB Welds hardened quicker than that, but apparently not. So it's still claggy, so I'm going to leave it overnight and well, see what it looks like in the morning. While I was waiting, got a few more little jobs done. What I'm going to do with them, still think I'll just sort of use the cutting disc and the grinder just to give them a quick set of teeth, and then stick them in the forge, get them up to temperature, then blacken them in some oil. Then I've got a few more as well, just to make a bit of pocket money. I've still got, I don't know, about another half a dozen to do, but I've got plenty spanners to work through, so I'm just getting rid of all the shitty ones that are no good. So it's absolutely hoying it down now. So in fact, I'll show you if you don't believe us. Oh, well, it's easing off now. It was hoying it down. Yeah, the cats weren't very happy. So I think I'm going to wrap in, see if I can actually clean my hands so I'm presentable for work tomorrow, and I'll see how my manifold is in the morning. Right, I'll see you in a bit. I do. Right, it's tomorrow now, so I had a check, and JB Weld takes, I think it was 4 to 6 hours to harden, but then 15 to 24 hours to cure properly. So what I've done is, well, I've had a check of it and it's fairly solid. I've given it a coat of linseed oil just to sort of, well, pretty it up a bit, but once it gets up to temperature, that'll bake on and work as a little bit of a rust proofer. So I'm going to take this up to where the truck is, obviously, and then see how it goes. Right, so hopefully in a updated video, or the next video even, everything should be happy. So hopefully the other manifold's alright. If not, well, I'll do this all again. So right, job done. I'll now go and wash my hands again, because I was clean for work and now I'm not. So right, see you in a bit. I do. Right, I've had a few days off, been away, so I've getting some work done on this. I didn't actually do this bit, so I've got new gaskets fitted on the exhaust manifold, but this was the bit that was knackered, so repaired it, patched it up with JB Weld, but looks like the manifold's warped, so even with the new gasket on, it's still blowing a bit from there, which is a tad annoying. And not only that, hang on, when he took that off, he had to replace the gasket there, but it wouldn't nip up, so it was actually blowing even worse. Well, it wasn't blowing at all, but now it's blowing really badly from there. It's put 2 gaskets in, but it still hasn't done the job. The good thing is it doesn't blow from there anymore, so there's that. So I've got some exhaust paste and an exhaust bandage, which I'm hoping just to fill that, wait for that to go off, and then it'll improve. And then that bit, where's my finger, there, I think I'm just going to do a cowboy job and just see if the paste will actually go around the edges and then actually seal, because it's actually not that bad. It was probably always blown from there with it being knackered, but it'll be better. So what I'm going to have to do eventually is just fabricate a completely new manifold, which is doable. It's just going to be a bit of a pain. Just having a look underneath, there is actually, hang on, there is actually the space to actually get one in. That's not a problem. I think if I make a new one, what I'll do is I'll extend this to about here, so it's easier to nip up, and then I'm just going to run 2 straight pipes out the back and have 2 exhausts, probably. Aye. So what I'm going to do is just, well, paste the shit out of that, see if I can get the tape to go around. I cannot get it to go around properly because of this bit here gets in the way, because what I was going to do was, once it was in place, was actually get some Jubilee clips, go around here, here, and actually here. Whether I can do that or not, I don't know, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna get my hands dirty and see what progress I can make. So, and sorry, oh, there's you as well, and I've got my helpers. What are you doing in there? You little div. Right, getting the gaskets out. So they were facing that way. So you can see it was only blown from that side. So I'm still unsure whether to put 2 gaskets in, because, well, I'll be one short when I eventually do the other side. Or shall I put 1 in, and would that do the job, and just put loads of that on, surrounded by that. I'll just go and get me fingers covered in exhaust paste and then have a tester and see what it looks like. Aye. Yeah, that was messy. So that's all clagged on and nipped up. Now I'm going to put the exhaust tape on. It says in the instructions, where is it? Clean off dirt, and then it says position file strip over the hole. I didn't see a file strip, so what I did, I cut up a can of the honoured drink, and then when I unravelled it, I actually found some foil. So I don't know, shall I use the foil or shall I use, don't know. I'll be sensible, I'll put that on. So I just need to moisten that and then struggle like hell to get it around there. Oh, it says don't touch it as well because it irritates your skin. So awesome. So I'll be scrubbing my hands down. Yeah, right, that's going to be a pain. I definitely can't do that while I'm filming, so I'll knock that off. I'm going to moisten that, put that in place, faff on with that, and then see if I can just nip it up with a few Jubilee clips. So, right, I'll give you an update in a minute. Right, that was a colossal pain in the arse. So I've got 2 gaskets in with loads of exhaust paste. I did extra exhaust paste all the way around once I got it nipped up. I've put that tape on for what good I think it'll do, because it was a bit floppy and shit. Hopefully that'll do something. So hold on. I've put extra exhaust paste all the way around, so I'm going to leave that to harden and go off overnight, and then I'll fire it up tomorrow after work, see how it goes, and then hopefully that's it for a bit. So my next project, which I think I'm not going to do that now, but I'm going to wash all that crap off my hands first. I might have a cup of tea, but what I'm going to do, hang on, right, I've managed to get a 42mm socket. Hello. But I've also got a big spanner. It's a, can I get down low enough? It's a tiny bit big. What do you reckon? Right, so cat inspector is on the job. Right, right, now she's out of here. So yeah, it's a tiny bit big. So I'm gonna fire the forge up and just nip it down. Just, that's what, barely a mil, just so it nips up properly. And then, because they are big bolts, I'm gonna weld something on the end. So right, let's get my hands washed and let's get them dirty again. How do? It's another tomorrow. It's raining rather heavily, and I've got a little pool, paddling pool in the footwell, partly because this window was open and partly because it kind of leaks through there. Hey, do you see me third place? Whee! Right, let's make sure that's not getting rained on. Oh, 'tis a bit. Can't have that. Right, this is where we're going to see how everything all sealed up, if at all. So still smell fumes. I don't think anything's drawn from there, but anus, I can feel some blowing from there. Right. Yeah, I can kind of see the fuse a bit as well. Well, that side's okay. That side's probably not okay. So, hold on. Well, look at that. If I zoom in, I think I can see it. That it's smoking from back there. Where's that? Or is that just steam because there's water spitting down? Hopefully that's steam. And that joint there might be it. Right. Let's see if I can put me back out by reaching in. Where's the thing gone? There it is. Right, I cannot reach with the phone, so hang on. Yes, that's just, I don't know, can you see in amongst the rain? Yeah, that's just water dripping down onto the exhaust. Can you see it? No, there it is. Yeah, so that's just water dripping. Right, let's lift the bonnet. Right, I don't know if you can see, but probably not. But it's down there somewhere where the back of the exhaust manifold is. Wherever it is, what I'm going to have to do is wait until it's a bit drier, and then I'll get underneath and I'll nip it up. But hold on, what's this done? You know what, that worked. Fancy that. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Yeah. Me. That doesn't look quite as crap as it did last night, but let's get my hand under. I'll rest you on the tyre. It's funny how hot that gets when the engine's running. Where you bugger? Fixed it. Fancy that. Right, that's okay. That's okay. It's a bit ugly. It looks like we're going to have to go underneath and do the other side, which isn't very exciting. Oh, there you go. There's steam. That's definite. So I can cope with steam, that's not a problem. Right, I think I'll bring this session to a close. I'll get it edited and uploaded. This is definitely, I've got a shitty cell there. This is always going to be a temporary fix because I'm going to have to fabricate a new manifold. So I've been reading up on, well, not reading up, watching up on YouTube. So apparently that's called a log manifold. Presuming it's in the shape of someone's chocolate log. So once it fails again, I'll get both sides done and fitted, but hopefully that'll be the end of the year thing. So, right, I'll knock the engine off and I'm going to go and get dried up because I'm getting soaked, and I'll see you in a bit. Oh, hang on a minute, I've still got to get that spanner done. I'll go and do the spanner and then I'll pack it. Right, spanner time. Right, I've just hammered and tweaked that a bit, so it's more or less there. So I can't remember how much these need quenching or not, so quench it off a bit, and then I'll let it travel down. Hold on. Right, I'll let that sit here and see if I can get any tempering colours before I quench it properly. Right, stay there. I don't need that anymore now. Is it doing anything? Doesn't look like it. Still really hot there. Not touching it. Screw that. This looks like a homemade spanner. So, you know, doesn't have to be perfect, or don't even know what steel it is. Changing colour, tell you what. Let's be impatient, stick it in there for a minute. Still not changing colour, is it? It's getting hotter. Right, I'll give that a minute. There you go, that's a bit more like it. Right, so that can cool down a bit more, and then just because I want a bit more leverage, I'm going to weld a bit on the end. I'm sure you would have actually known which it was the end without us doing that, but you know, for those of you who are a bit dim, that's the end there. Right, I'm going to grind that bit off, tidy it up, then do a quick weld. There you go. Yeah, that's getting hot. Oh, bollocks, man. There you go. Oh, there's a little snot there. I'll tidy that up a bit. But what I've got is the big nuts, the ordinary people-sized nuts. So, champion, I'll let that cool down. Give it a coating of linseed oil, and then that's good to go. I'll show you my nuts in a minute. Hello, you come to see what I'm doing. Right, linseed oil wasn't handy, so a bit of gun oil will do. I'll pretty up a bit more some other time. Hey, some big dirty birds shot just behind the Michelin man. There's no need for that. Right. Now I cannot reach. There you go. There's a tiny little bit of play, but not like a little bit of wiggling room. Right. Couple of jobs done. One side of the exhaust sorted. Just got to sort the other side, which I'll do without recording. And that's that. Right. See you in a bit.